Hey y'all, happy Thanksgiving. I'm not sure if you're going to get this video today, but today's Thanksgiving here, or it's just Thursday for me. But this is my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills review. I'm doing episodes 3 through 5. We got to catch up. I know in episode 6 is going to be the dinner party from hell part 3. And that has to be its own review because I know it's going to be epic. And then we get the new black housewife added to the cast too. So with that, let's get into these 3 episodes. I know the first 2 are dedicated to Vegas, so this shouldn't be too long of a review. But episode 3, it's day 2 in Vegas, and the ladies are in this fabulous suite enjoying brunch. Garcelle comes sashaying through, ready to paint the town red. She is ready to meet some men. I am surprised that Garcelle is still single, but then again, I'm still single. And I'm not comparing myself to Garcelle. I'm just saying good people, can struggle finding the right person. Garcelle must have drank 2 shots of espresso or a can of Celsius or something because she is high energy right now. She's putting her own friend Sutton on Front Street about her dating habits. So one instance they're talking about is Sutton had a great first date with a guy. She liked him so much that she invited him cross country to attend a gala with her. And then she never heard from him since. Now I think Doree brought up a good point in her confessional. She's saying if the roles were reversed, like if a man asked that of a woman, the woman would have had no problem with that. I'm thinking it's like the power roles in a relationship. Look, when you're like rich like Sutton, you need a very secure man. Okay, so the ladies continue to mock Sutton's dating life. Fast forward. I'm glad everyone's getting along though. So I totally forgot the whole point of them being in Vegas is for Crystal's birthday. So the plan for the evening is dinner and the Magic Mike show. I would go to the Magic Mike show in Vegas, but it just seems a little bit too commercial for me. I need my New York underground strip clubs where we got the back rooms and you got the you know what? I'm saying too much of my business. Let's continue. So now we have a little downtime. The ladies are just chilling, seeing what they're gonna wear, talk to their glam teams, get dressed. Sutton's terrorizing her gay male assistant. So everybody got glam, except for the usuals, Dorit and Kyle, surprisingly. And it looks like Erica Jane is kind of hosting the Magic Mike thing because I think one of her gays is in the show. So then we get a little fun fact from Sutton. Unlike what that Nat Teddy said about her carrying vodka in her purse all the time, she actually carries a bottle of ocean spray. I think grapefruit juice. Ugh. Maybe cranberry, but I hate grapefruit. Ooh, Garcelle, I don't like this dress, this pink baby doll dress. I mean, you got the legs for it, and I love the heels, but I don't like it. Also, I guess I gotta bring up this point. I can't remember if they talked about it yet, but I think the ladies were told that if they plan to be brought on stage, they have to wear pants with the strippers. Am I making that up? But I know later down the line, this was a big deal with Sutton. Okay, I gotta give it to Erica Jane. Once again, she is the best dressed. She's giving dominatrix tea. Okay, so they arrived to the Magic Mike show. I'm guessing they're doing this before dinner. This is a pretty easy-going episode, like the type you can, be on your phone still or getting some work done. Not frying catfish. Not even the Best Fiends tea. Ooh, I haven't used that in a long time. Shout out to Best Fiends. They used to be one of our best sponsors. All right, so this show's a little tame to me. But now we see the men coming up where the ladies are and taking a few of them on stage. Now we already getting trout mouth looks from Sutton. She looks a little annoyed. Garcelle is like me. She looked like a kid in a candy store. Now Sutton, why are you acting like that? Didn't you bring a fistful of ones? So Erica and Crystal are brought on stage and they're getting it. And Erica Jane, she gotta throw some spice on it. She thinks she performing now. Ooh, she on that floor. She got that leg up. Meanwhile, we see Sutton in her seat looking like she's watching heart surgery. She is so lucky that this episode premiered after BravoCon weekend. Garcelle then notices how aggravated Sutton looks, and she's thinking, well, she wore pants for nothing because I think she thought she was going to be brought on stage. Maybe that's it, but then I'm confused because when the guys came up to them, she really wasn't into it. Like, girl, you were in Vegas, free vacation, VIP treatment. You are white. Calm down, okay? So now Sutton's bringing the whole mood down amongst the group with her stank-ass attitude. And yes, I like Sutton, but I'm only judging the behavior that I see. So then Dorit comes over to check on Sutton. She has a temper tantrum and leaves. Now, Sutton, this will be the episode that I drag you on. So it ain't personal. Again, I'm just judging what I see. Now she's storming out. She's like, I am on the board of the American Ballet. I don't do this fucking shit. Sutton, you're being a Karen. And it pains me to see you acting this way. We cut to Dorit's confessional, and I agree. Like, Sutton is making this about her. This is Crystal's birthday. Like, if I had a friend doing that, I would have been like, you need to leave. Like, go back to the room. We're going to have a fun time. You're not going to be having this trout mouth look on your face, bringing my vibe down on my birthday. So y'all know Garcelle's obligated to go check on her bestie. So she meets up with her and asks her what's wrong. So the real reason she said that she's mad is because two of her friends went on stage to open their legs up. Garcelle said they're consenting adults, okay? And then she brings up again how she's on the board of the American Ballet. Okay, and girl, if you don't get the stick out. Meanwhile, Kyle gets on stage. I'm like, wait a minute, she not wearing pants? Ooh, that black man all over her. And then eating the whipped cream off her chest? Yes, Kyle. Kyle! We're back with Sutton and she's being a fucking prude. Like, why is she so agitated? Like, is she drunk? So then Kyle comes out to meet them and she's wondering what's wrong with Sutton. Sutton is very offended by the view she had of the man putting his face in Erica Jane's crotch. First of all, that man was gay. Second of all, Erica Jane was just being Erica Jane on stage. Like, this is an adult show. What does she expect? So Kyle then asks Sutton, are you mad because they didn't ask you to go on stage? Because you did make a comment about the pants. Sutton just goes into orbit. It is not about that. It's not. It had nothing to do with the pants. Girl, get over it. Y'all supposed to be having fun. And in production, now they're getting in on the mess. They do a rewind after Sutton says it wasn't about the pants. They showed not one, not two, but 3 occasions where Sutton brought up her pants. So then a little later, Kyle, Garcelle, and Sutton, they're still outside of the show, and Kyle's calling out Sutton for being very overdramatic. Sutton doesn't like what she hears, even though it's the truth, and she's being very mean to Kyle. Just told her, shut up. She's saying not to call her excessive. She's saying she just went to the bathroom. Girl, you stormed off to the bathroom while yelling that you were on the board of the American Ballet. Yes, that was excessive. I do think, though, that Kyle's getting off on pushing Sutton's buttons and calling her out. I'm kind of annoyed at Garcelle for not really checking Sutton like she should be. Oh, God, Sutton, shut up, please. She's still talking about it. Kyle tells her, well, you say you didn't want to wear pants. Then this just infuriates Sutton. She was like, if you say it one more time. Then she calls her a fucking bitch. So now I look like Kyle's a little activated. She's like, okay, well, now you're being a bitch. You're being a bitch. They're going at it like sisters. Almost reminds me how she used to be going back and forth with Kim all the time. You're a liar and second alcoholic. So now they're waiting in the Sprinter while the other ladies finish the Magic Mike show. So as they're waiting, the other ladies are thinking that, Erica's just gonna blow up on Sutton because she made a big scene about the event that she curated for the ladies. So when Erica gets in the Sprinter, she calmly just says, I'm not gonna let this ruin my night. I'm in a great mood. We were all consenting adults up there. I have nothing else to say on this. And now everyone in the Sprinter is gagged that Erica didn't have a meltdown on Sutton. I will say with their history, she was sitting right next to her at that dinner party. I thought she was gonna whoop Sutton's ass. You ever call me a liar again? I'm coming for you. When I tell you she put the fear of God in Sutton that night. So at least Sutton is calmed down now and they're all headed to dinner. So they're all sitting down and producer Garcelle, she took Kyle's job. She brings up, how Sutton was acting and Sutton apologizes to Erica for her behavior. Erica says it's all good. And again, all the ladies are just shocked how calm Erica is. So the next topic at dinner is Garcelle's bringing up that she's going to see her son. I think he lives in Vegas. And then she's talking about her parenting because, he was on a dark path, but he isn't anymore. And she's thankful for that. And she's talking to the other ladies about it. Dorit is speaking very positively about Garcelle's parenting and her son, but as she's listening, we cut to her confession. She said she's not really comfortable talking to these ladies about her children, especially how her son Jax was treated last year by Erica Jane. Oh, and production reminds us how Kyle and Dorit were having a kiki about that. So I can see how she feels that way given how Dorit was last season. Oh, not them playing a game at the table. It feels so forced, you know? And then it's sexual conversation. Okay, fast forward. I know it's a filler episode. Child, we talking about Sutton using dildos? We can fast forward to the next episode. So the ladies get back to the hotel. I mean, I know that's right. When you're of a certain age, it's like, nah, like we did Magic Mike, we had dinner, a lot of cocktails. I'm ready to put my feet in the bed. Now, if I was in Vegas, I probably would have, you know, gotten my my lounge clothes, then went back downstairs to play some blackjack or something, but that's it. Ooh, this is definitely a filler-ass episode. So it's the next morning, we see the ladies lounging around, with the exception of Kyle, who is just going ham in the gym. The other ladies are like, you going to the gym on vacation? Look, there are some people that'll do that. It's very eye-rolling to me. Ooh, especially those gays that are always saying, no days off. Shut the fuck up. So the ladies are all gathered around eating breakfast. Garcelle says she has something to say. It's to the topic last night when they were talking about her kids. She's just saying, I feel disingenuous sometimes talking to y'all about my kids. I understand, but in this scene, in the grand scope of things, it just felt overly produced. It just felt kind of weird. That's all. Now, Garcelle has the right to say how she feels. It just felt like a very produced moment where like, okay, you guys, let's all talk about this so we can have some conflict. Garcelle basically says she wants to protect her family from this group. I'm guessing she still feels some type of way how, I mean, it really blew out of proportion last year with the whole Diana thing. Oh, I'm sorry, racist Diana thing. How like she hired bots allegedly, which I think she did, but you know, we gotta say allegedly because you know, she loves to bring people to court. But yeah, her son had all those bots attacking him, so I get how she wants to be a mama bear in regards to the group. But again, in this moment, it just feels like, oh, it's too peaceful right now. We need some type of conflict that has some story. Dorit then asked Garcelle, well, okay, what has to happen, Garcelle? Because it's been a year. The way she looked at her when she said that, oh, I know Garcelle caught that shade. So now Garcelle and Dorit are going back and forth. Dorit just feels offended that someone would tell her they can't trust their children around her. And Garcelle is just saying how she feels. No shade to Garcelle. I'm just saying this is just how the scene is coming off. All right, so the credits are rolling. They're going back and forth. Garcelle storms out, goes to take a shower. I'm sure they'll reset later in the evening. But let's get to episode 4. So we see all the ladies getting ready to do their respective day activities. I think they're all splitting up. It's going to be 2, 2, and 2. I think Dorit and Kyle, Erica and Crystal, and of course, Sutton and Garcelle. Side note, I love big group trips where we don't feel like we have to do everything together. Like, it's okay to split up and then get back together at the end of the day. So then we see Dorit and Kyle calling their men, and it turns out they had like a one-on-one with each other while they're out of town. Kyle wants to know what they talked about, of course. It sounded like both couples going through marriage problems. Okay, so we see Erica and Crystal talking at lunch. I think the same with Kyle and Dorit. But now we're with Garcelle and Sutton. They're on that gondola ride that's in front of the Venetian. And this guy that's taking them on the gondola ride, like they're trying to have a serious conversation. He keeps interrupting them. Then he starts singing. This scene is kind of funny. Because they keep trying to talk, but he's like, yes and ah. Then he's just getting louder and louder. This is his close-up. Well, they tried to have that conversation. Anywho, now we're with Dorit and Kyle. Oh, so they're talking about Kyle's drinking? I don't really care. Fast forward. We're with Crystal and Erica, and Crystal's like, do you miss your old life? Didn't we have this conversation before? Again, fast forward. Yeah, unfortunately, these little side conversations, I'm not really interested. Like Kyle and Dorit talking about their marriages, like we just don't know what is real because are they separated or not? As they're talking about both of their marriages and how they're navigating it, I really do think Kyle's having a midlife crisis as well as Mauricio. And I think that's where the chaos is coming from. So now we fast forward to the ladies getting ready for the night activity. It looks like they decide not to make a scene out of Garcelle meeting up with her son in Vegas. Instead, we just see it as a flashback when she went to lunch with him and Sutton. So the activity for the evening, I'm guessing they're going to a rodeo bar and where they're going to ride the bull. That's not cliche at all. But yeah, we see them all like wearing Western gear. Wow, Kyle. This cowboy hat she has, like with diamonds around it, $6,000. So they're all dressed as cowgirls. They're headed to dinner. We have another game to play. I don't know, it just doesn't seem authentic when they do this, but I'll humor one question. So one of them is, would you tolerate your partner cheating on you? Or would you just leave immediately? Kyle says she doesn't know, and then we get the flashbacks to earlier seasons of Beverly Hills when there was a lot of rumors of Mauricio cheating. And we see Lisa Vanderpump bringing it up, Brandy bringing it up. So then Garcelle's giving her opinion on the question, and of course, she left her man, and then we're reminded of the story. It was a big headline. I remember when it came out, like Garcelle, of all people, like she found out her man was having a 5-year affair. 5 years. I don't even blame her for the email. I'm surprised she didn't kill him. Ooh, that food looked good. It's probably because I'm hungry. Yes, I'm hungry on Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to make some jambalaya for myself, and then later this evening at 7 o'clock, my friend invited me to a Thanksgiving dinner he's having. So I do have plans. Don't cry for me. But y'all know, when I comment on the food on a reality show, that means the scene ain't given. We get another question that opens up dialogue between the ladies, and I think it's about money, and we're talking about Erika Jayne and her history, how she had everything, so now she has nothing. Her looking at a bill gives her anxiety. Girl, imagine how we feel. Now you know how we feel. Am I supposed to feel sorry for her? So next scene, the ladies get to the Western bar. I wonder where this is on the Strip. It has to be on the far side. Okay, so this place is near Treasure Island Casino. I know exactly where this is. So it's on the Strip. I just never been there. I mean, why would I go there? Because the Garcelle's confession, she's like the music, the atmosphere, the people, the whiteness. We're not in Beverly Hills anymore. Garcelle's probably the only black person in there. All right, so of course the ladies are gonna go on a mechanical bull. It's just who of the ladies are gonna do it. She actually does pretty well, but it looked like they were being really lenient with the bull. Like the bull was going so slow. I think it's because they didn't want the ladies to get hurt. Like they definitely slowed that bull down. Like Bravo don't want like a little lawsuit on their hands. And hell, look at Sutton. I mean, you know those bones are fragile. Yeah, Sutton of all people didn't fall off that bull. Yeah, it's rigged. They slowed it down, like heavily. So next scene is the next day. The ladies are packing to go. As they're headed towards the elevator, they run into Erica's creative director as well as one of the guys in the Magic Mike show. Erica then hops in front of the elevator and is like, Sutton, this is your time to apologize to my friend for saying that the show was too raunchy and shitty. Sutton is so embarrassed, and Erica got her at a time when she was least expecting it. Ooh, Erica got her ass good. Sutton's now saying, oh, well, the show was amazing. Like, it was just the only part with the head between the legs. And the guy she's talking to, he's clearly a homosexual. So his face in Erika Jayne's crotch literally meant nothing. After the guys leave, Sutton tells Erica, now why you did that? You put words in my mouth. Erica's like, it don't matter. I mean, so much for Erica saying, oh yeah, I'm giving up going off on these ladies for Lent. She's like, oh, well, God gave me a pass. All right, girl. Did he also give you a pass for spending money for burn victims? So they're all getting to the van, and Sutton is pissed. She confronts Erica again, saying, you know, what you did back there, it was kind of mean. And then Erica says, well, I heard you made a big fuss about the show, and you made it a really big deal. So basically, Erica just got her lick back. So now we going backwards. We're talking about that event, and Sutton's trying to downplay how she was, and now you have Erica, Dorit, and Kyle jumping on her. Kyle jumped in and said, you were unhinged. Sutton's feeling the heat now, but Erica's telling her, oh, why, you want to change the topic because you feel cornered? Sutton was like, oh, cornered? By you three? She was like, oh, what else is new? They do be jumping on Sutton a lot, but now she's getting emotional. I'm sorry that I ruined it for you all. She about to have a temper tantrum now. Now you're saying that I did? No! This woman is 53. I'm just guessing. I'm assuming Sutton is 53, and I'm being generous. No shade, Sutton. Ooh, I was close. She's 52. Damn, Garcelle is 56? Wow. So now it looks like Dorit and Garcelle are getting into it because, Garcelle, can't let them all jump on Sutton. Y'all, don't attack me. Like I did say earlier that I'm kind of annoyed that Garcelle really isn't reining Sutton in. Like, girl, you're doing the most right now. Chill out. I think Sutton would have listened to her. So I do kind of agree with Dorit where she could have checked Sutton better. Garcelle's like, I'm not her therapist. I'm her friend. But your friend will listen to you. And I think she would have listened to you over Kyle. Wow, what a way to end the trip. Like, it is dead silence in the car, and I think Dorit is being Dorit in this moment where she just needs to shut up. I guess that was a quiet jet ride, too. So now we're back in Beverly Hills. Ooh, now wait a minute. So next scene we're with Sutton in her house. It looked like she's talking to her pets. But production, they zoom in on her making herself a drink. She filled that cup halfway with vodka. And she's pouring her favorite ocean spray over it. And they put the time 1 p.m. Now what's wrong with drinking a drink at 1 p.m.? I mean, that's a strong ass drink she drinking, but look, I got my glass of wine. It's like 1:30. Oh yeah, they ultra petty for that because that was the only purpose of that scene, to show her drinking at 1 p.m. So next scene, we see Erica meeting up with Garcelle for lunch. So of course they're talking about Vegas and some of the events that happened, and then they get to Sutton. And then Garcelle says, well, I thought you were going to go off on her that night, but you didn't. But then you later got her back when we were leaving. What's with that? Erica's like, what Sutton did wasn't okay. Like, she came there with a stack of ones. She knew what she was getting into, but she just flipped all of a sudden. All of a sudden. Is that all what this lunch was about? This could have been a phone call. So next scene we're with Kyle as she's visiting Sutton's house. They're going to have a one-on-one, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be about Vegas. So of course they're talking about her tiff with Erica, how she got her in the end, going by the elevator, putting her on full blast, and Sutton is now imitating her. Now see, some when people imitate you can't be mad about it. They're having this back and forth again, and Kyle, she wants to disagree with her, but Sutton's like, I'm not finished yet. And then Kyle's like, okay, Dorit. Let me know when you're done. And that's when Sutton's like, don't talk to me like that. Side note, I was told by a friend who watched this show that Kyle's animosity to Sutton stems from Sutton's relationship with her sister, Kathy. And you know what? I can kind of see that. Maybe Kyle's jealous that Sutton's in a better place with her sister. They're going back and forth. Sutton says Kyle inserts herself, usually not knowing the full story, and is always against her, which is kind of true. She did it last year with racist Diana. But then Kyle's like, you know what? It makes me really mad that you say that because I was checking on my friend. And then you say I'm exerting myself. By the way, fuck you. Fuck you. So Kyle has her own statement for Sutton. She tells her, well, you normally lose your shit under ridiculous circumstances. Sutton gives her that look. Then she says, name them. Name them. Well, Sutton, I'm just trying to name them. Well, Sutton, if you just let me talk, name them. Sutton, shut the fuck up. Name them. Sutton has said name them 9 times. And then Kyle, I hate how she does this. She always like to imply that something is wrong with somebody. She's like, are you okay right now? Are you okay? What's going on with you? All Sutton can say is, name them. Name them. She is driving Kyle up the wall. Okay, this moment saved the episode for me. And then all the while, Kyle can't name them. Kyle keeps telling her to be quiet and I will. We're waiting, Kyle. Name them. So then Kyle, she finally starts to name them. The first instance when she was like, jealous of what? Your ugly leather pants? Oh, I remember that. She was so mad with Crystal. Then the second instance has to do with Crystal again. And I think that was the whole I don't see color thing. Oh my God, I'm so glad we overcame that. And then the third time, she says the Magic Mike event. So the credits are rolling, and we see Kyle telling Sutton, well, you didn't seem okay in Vegas, and you don't seem okay now. We know what she's implying. She's trying to imply that Sutton has a substance abuse problem. But yeah, that's where the episode ends. Whew, let's get to episode 5. Side note, to be continued. I mean, it wasn't that big of a climactic scene to like be looking forward to it next week. But I guess production is really overusing it. So episode 10, we continue this argument between Kyle and Sutton. Name them. So Sutton is basically just returning Kyle's energy. Like, Kyle's trying to imply that something's going on. Sutton's like, well, you seem unhinged. What's going on with you? Kyle tells Sutton, bring it on. Bring it on. Any question you got for me, bring it on. So Kyle doesn't like what Sutton's serving back to her, so she says she's leaving. And this is what I mean. Did this really needed to be continued? They were just finishing their conversation. I always felt like Sutton and Kyle were frenemies in the first place. So next scene, we're at Erica's house. Is it just me? Like, they're showing the front of her house. It looks like it needs to be power washed. She's being visited by her mom, and we definitely hear those southern roots that Erica has. Like, 'cause I think her and Sutton are both from Georgia. Ooh, production is shady. They show her mom's age, 70. Tom is older than her mom. I'm just glad that Erica and her mom is in a good place because I could not handle another Monica and her mom scene. So next scene, we're with Garcelle. She's with her son. They're having a very cute conversation. I don't even want to fast forward through. I just love seeing her talk to her kids. And I really feel like she has a friendship with her kids. Like, I envy my friends so much when they can just call their mom or they want to go shopping with their mom. It's like, I don't feel that because my mom has always instilled in me that I'm the adult and you're the child. So I don't see my mom outside of being a parent. And I feel like a lot of baby boomers raise their kids that way. So then in this scene, we find out that the next event is going to be Garcelle's movie premiere. She's an executive producer, go ahead, and it's for this movie called Black Girl Missing. I did not see it, but I have heard about this show on Hulu. It's about the other black employee. Y'all remind me of the name in the comments. I just can't think of it right now. So next scene, we're with Crystal and her family. I keep forgetting she's on the show. Can we bring on the new cast member? I think next week we get her. So Crystal's story is more so her brother's story. This has nothing to do with her, but they're talking about his drama. This is the longest scene I've seen with just Crystal in a very long time. Yeah, this is Best Fiends right now. I tried, y'all. Fast forward. Oh, next scene we're with Sutton and Jennifer Tilly. We need her as an official friend of. So basically in this scene, Sutton's checking up on her horse she just bought. $47,000. So dropping the bucket for her. So Sutton's talking to Jennifer about her relationship with Kyle, how they got into it, and how Kyle has the nerve to come for her and ask what's going on. When she says, well, looking at Kyle, I mean, she's thin, she's eating differently, she goes to the gym for 3 hours on vacation. And I love how she says she's not drinking anymore. I mean, is that a good thing? And going to the gym? And then she points out a rumor going around about Kyle's marriage being in trouble. Shout out to All About the Tea. Their headlines are normally on all the Housewives franchises. So next scene, we're back at Erica's dirty house and she's talking to her mom. I love what she says in her confessional though. My mom and me are good for 24 hours. After that, look, that is the same way with me and my mom. Like, okay, I just get to New Orleans, but then day 2 or 3, I'm ready to leave. Okay, so there was a few things going on between Erica and her mom where she wasn't speaking to her for a year? What's the tea behind that? A year? Could you imagine not speaking to your mom for a year? I mean, I remember not speaking to my mom for 3 months. Ask me about that story on the Patreon. But I couldn't imagine a year. So of course this was around the time where her life blew up. Her mom asked her a question about Tom and she hung up in her face. Yeah, there's a little contention there anytime they talk about the Tom situation. Well, so much for her wanting her mom there. Okay, so next scene is the night of Garcelle's movie premiere. We then cut to Sutton talking to Garcelle. So now we're going back and forth between scenes as each party is telling their side of the story. So now Kyle is doing her imitation of Sutton, doing an imitation of Erica. Like, got up from her chair. Now, Sutton, now's your chance. Thank you for watching me doing my impression of Kyle as she does her impression of Sutton as she does her impression of Erica. Kyle, I don't appreciate how you imitating Sutton, like your eyes bulging. Just say what you think. You think she has a substance abuse problem. You think she's on pills, has a drinking problem, or both. And then you got Dorit dumbass. Oh, I would have taken that as a threat. Girl, shut up. So then a little later, Sutton comes down, she gets dressed, she's having a whole photo shoot in her living room. Meanwhile, Dorit's outside waiting on her. They're riding together. And I know Dorit isn't complaining about waiting on nobody. I mean, production, roll the footage. How many times ladies have been waiting on her and she's having her own photo shoots? Okay, so with Garcelle, she arrives to the venue, Beauty in Essex. I've been there before, not the one in LA though, one in New York. I didn't know, I thought it was gonna be at an actual theater, but it's at the restaurant. It's in a private room, private screening. Okay. It does still have a step and repeat though. We see the ladies arriving. Look, if I don't see a Birkin on an episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, then I'm not watching Beverly Hills. Okay, so it's not a Birkin. Production corrects us and says, oh, it's an Hermes Kelly bag. $16,000. Of course. Okay, so we see a lot of guests arriving. Apparently it's gonna be 100 people. It don't look like that space can hold 100. I would say like a good 50 to 80, but okay. We have some cameos. Jerry O'Connell with his annoying ass. Okay, one of the Summer House girls, I recognize her. Larsa Pippen. Oh my God, I totally forgot she was gonna be on this episode. Ugh. Dorit needs to calm down. For some reason, she thought it was gonna be like a more intimate setting. I guess like 30 people at the most. And then when she heard 100, she's like, oh, I wish I was prepared for this. Oh, is she attributing this to like when she got robbed? Interesting. I'm trying to see the correlation, like how this would be triggering. And I don't mean to be insensitive. I mean, let me know in the comments. Oh my God, is she serious? Ah! Ah! I mean, look, I'm trying to be sensitive, y'all. Okay, all right, fine. She's struggling right now. So across the room, we're with Crystal talking to Garcelle's son, Jax, and he says he wants to speak to Erica, and he wants Crystal as backup. And you know, last season, Crystal is the one that kind of diffused the situation and brought him away from Erica. So I guess it's a full circle moment. So he goes up to Erica, and it's no tea, no shade. He's like, everything's okay. They have a pleasant exchange, and she apologizes. Now, what I saw on Twitter before I saw the episode, people were like mad at Erica Jane because she immediately apologized to him. But I'm like, well, I mean, maybe she didn't expect for him to come up to her. I don't know. I'm not really mad at Erica at this scene. And you know, I'll give it to Erica when she deserves it. But I'm glad they moved forward from it. Oh, okay. So after seeing Garcelle in her confessional, she says she would have liked it if Erica would have approached Jax first. You know, to say, oh, I apologize, instead of him having to seek her out. Because I'm pretty sure if he didn't do it, she probably wouldn't have came up to him. So, okay, I get it. I'm allowed to change my mind. So Garcelle's premiering the movie, and while it's going on, Denise Richards walks up. So she back. Okay, she must have heard Lisa Rinna got fired. I mean, girl, you could have got there a little bit earlier and dressed less casually. Okay, so now we have Denise Richards saying hello to the other ladies. This kind of makes me excited because we're going to see Kim, we're going to see Camille, Cynthia Bailey. Like, the season is just beginning now. Because of Dorit's confessional, she said she hasn't seen Denise in years. I'm assuming since the reunion, they showed her that she walked off. So 3 years. Behind the scenes, I heard production didn't even know Denise Richards was coming. So they were all shocked. So then we see Sutton go over to Kyle to talk, and I'm guessing they haven't seen each other since the name 'em conversation. It's starting off left already, and they're going back and forth on each other on who's wrong. So it looks like producer Kyle peeps game on what she thinks Sutton's trying to do. She thinks Sutton's trying to bring up the rumors that's in the press right now on camera. She tells Sutton, you're full of shit. You know that? Could you imagine a friend telling you that? Oh, you're full of shit. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. So she says, you treat me with a lack of respect, almost like a little sister. Kyle cuts her off. No, I don't treat you like a little sister. Don't flatter yourself. Damn. Kyle is sick of Sutton's shit. Ooh, and Sutton really brings the tea up now. She's like, well, I don't know if you're mad at me about like the Kathy thing. Look, I guess it's obvious to everybody how Kyle's jealous of how Sutton's friends with Kathy. But Kyle says she doesn't care about that. We immediately cut to Sutton's confessional. She's like, she's lying. If I had a sister that was hanging out with one of my friends and I'm not getting along with her, yeah, I feel away. Well, all right. So meanwhile, we're with Garcelle, and she wants to talk to Dorit one-on-one. I mean, Sutton and Garcelle are moving this show along, aren't they? So, of course, Garcelle is talking to her about the Vegas incident where she said that I don't really feel comfortable talking about my children with y'all, and Dorit got very offended by it. To the point Garcelle feels that she wasn't listening to her. Dorit's trying to back down a bit and says, well, you know what? I should have paused and really listened to you. And then Garcelle tells her, well, you did say it's been a year, so you should be over it. Dorit said, no. Here go production, showing where she said, well, it's been a year. And she gave her that sly look. Yep, she got her there. Like, how would Dorit feel if Garcelle told her, it's been a year since your robbery, get over it? We cut to Garcelle's confessional. She's like, I like Dorit. Do you, Garcelle? Do you? Because it seems like she annoys the shit out of you. Well, Dorit apologizes and they hug it out. But now we're back with Kyle and Sutton. And this looks like a season-long feud. So Kyle finally brings to light what she thinks Sutton's trying to do, which is bring up the rumors in the tabloids on camera. Well, not verbatim, but y'all know what I mean. Sutton then tells Kyle that you just seem different. You seem different from last year. Like, the exercising just seems excessive. So the credits are rolling. Kyle is copping to the fact that, yeah, she did have a rough year. And then Sutton tells her, well, it's okay for you to say, you were right, Sutton. And then that's where the episode ends. Getting through these 3-episode reviews, man. I did it. 3 times. That was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I just didn't enjoy the first of the 3 episodes. But each episode is getting better as the season progresses. And next week, we are getting the Dinner Party from Hell Part 3. I can't wait. With all these cameos, oh my God. Anywho, y'all let me know y'all thoughts below. With that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.